Greetings, weary travelers, fellow story gremlins, to more spooky time. And I almost became a spooky story because I almost slipped in the shower. If you have any spooky stories you want to share or any other kinds of stories, you can either email me or there's links below in the description where you can submit. Alrighty, grab your cozies and snackies and let's head on into it. And if you want to up the spoop a little bit, turn off the lights, put on headphones. I dare you. I was hired to clean out an old mansion. What I found in the attic still haunts me. Ooh, oogly boogly. I've been a professional cleaner for years. Horrifying enough in itself. I cannot imagine the things you have found. Specializing in old abandoned properties. Ooh, kind of like when you're, you have the graveyard cleaners. I've heard it pays pretty good, which I could see why, because you'd have to have like a heart of steel. I couldn't do it. I get scared when I'm going into the bathroom in the middle of the night. I'm a wimp. What an interesting specialization. It's not a glamorous job, but it pays well, and I've always enjoyed the solitude. Yeah, honestly, I've thought about like just, you know, being a cleaner before, because I enjoy that and I enjoy the satisfaction of cleaning. However, my latest assignment has left me questioning everything I thought I knew about the world. You saw something real nasty, didn't you? I imagine there are messes so bad that it makes professional cleaners question the world that much. Paranormal or not, it's just a bunch of ectoplasm everywhere. They had diarrhea that day, sorry. It started like any other job. What is this noir setup?
It started like any other job.
I was hired by a wealthy client to clean out a mansion. That is literally the start to a horror movie. Trust nothing, don't do it. That had been in his family for generations. The place was massive, with dozens of rooms filled with dust and forgotten furniture. I trust nothing. My client, Mr. Dawson. That is such a... Is Mr. Dawson a ghost? You can tell us. Gave me strict instructions to leave the attic alone. No, there's so many red flags. He said it was full of old family memorabilia. Yeah, sure. You mean old family? And he would handle it himself. Curiosity has always been my weakness.
Ha-ha, you fool! You fell victim to one of the classic blunders.
You are the first one to die in a horror movie. I hate to tell you. He's like, I did, typing on his ghost computer. We are receiving a story from the beyond. Dude, after all those red flags, you should not have passed go. I don't care if there's $200 to collect. You should not have done it. Imagine if you only got $200 for that. I would believe it. People don't value, like, janitors or cleaners as much as they should. Shout out to all of you, because you do a great job. But yeah, that's unbelievable to me that people, like, scoff at people like that, because it's like, dude, they're literally cleaning up after you. You want to do the work? No? Then appreciate them. Or I will haunt you. After a week of cleaning. Ugh, and still not done? I mean, it is a mansion, to be fair. I couldn't resist the urge to take a peek. Why? You are the frustrating person to watch in horror movies. One afternoon while Mr. Dawson was out, I climbed the narrow staircase to the attic. No. The door was locked, but a quick search through the house yielded an old key that fit perfectly. The skeleton key. It's literally a skeleton. The attic was unlike any other part of the house. It was dark and musty, with a single window covered in grime. As I moved my flashlight around, I noticed a strange metallic smell in the air. It's probably blood! Trust nothing. Swipe left. Why must you stress me out like this? Why did you do this? The space was filled with old trunks and covered furniture, but one thing caught my eye immediately. A large, ornate mirror leaning against the far wall. No! Portal to the demon realm.
No!
You should have hightailed out of there, you buffoon! Oh, I never thought about that phrase. High-tailed, like a cat. You want the tail up because then you can run away. I approached it cautiously. Why did you do this? My flashlight beam bouncing off the glass. As I got closer, I saw something move in the reflection. No! I like that my response to getting scared is just getting mad at you. My heart skipped a beat. And then stopped. Now I'm the ghost of this attic. That's what Mr. Dawson does. He knows, don't go in the attic. He knows people are going to go up there. And that's what he wants, because he wants you to see the mirror, get so spooked that you just die right there. And then he collects the ghosts like Pokemon. Another cleaner for my collection. It's specifically cleaners. He gets to keep all the stuff. Not even use it, just display it, just to make you even more mad at the non-use of your cleaning supplies. and I spun around, but there was nothing there. Ugh! I hate that ghosts do this. They just constantly prank you. I guess I gotta keep themselves entertained somehow. I turned back to the mirror and my blood ran cold. I morphed into an iguana right there, so I could scurry away. Ding dong, Ding dong? Ding dong, I'm a shapeshifter. The reflection showed the attic as it was, but there was a figure standing behind me. A tall, shadowy man with glowing red eyes. Do not perceive me, sir. I felt a chill run down my spine as the figure raised a hand and pointed directly at me. Yeah, that's sending shivers down my spine. Good job. I will never sleep again. I want your cleaning supplies.
Give me the fabuloso.
I stumbled back, knocking over an old trunk. The figure in the mirror started to move, slowly stepping closer. My instincts screamed at me to run, but my legs felt like lead. Just as the figure was about to reach the surface of the mirror, I snapped out of my paralysis and bolted for the door. And then I bolted it shut. No one else is going in there ever again. I slammed the attic door shut behind me and locked it. My heart pounded in my chest as I leaned against the door, trying to catch my breath. I could hear faint whispers coming from the other side. Give me the fabuloso. But I couldn't make out any words. The metallic smell seemed to linger around me, clinging to my clothes. Ew! I decided to leave the mansion that night. I packed my things and left a note for Mr. Dawson, explaining that I couldn't continue the job. He's like, dang it. He's like, so close. That one was limited edition. As I drove away, I glanced back at the house and saw a figure standing in the attic window watching me. Don't you dare look at me, you creeper. A few days later, I received a call from Mr. Dawson. He sounded frantic, asking me if I had gone into the attic. I admitted that I had. You fool! I was not expecting you to actually talk to him. That's cool. And he cursed under his breath. He told me that the mirror had been in his family for centuries and that it was cursed. Anyone who saw the figure in the mirror was doomed to be haunted by it for the rest of their lives. No, no, no! I thought he was crazy, but the nightmares began almost immediately. Every night I dreamt of the attic and the figure with the red eyes. I feel its cold presence watching me, waiting for the moment when I let my guard down. My fabuloso! My fancy duster! That's literally all he wants. As soon as you let your guard down, he just goes, yoink! Now my mirror will be the cleanest it's ever been. That's literally all this guy's been wanting. He just wants your cleaning supplies. His mirror has been dirty for so long. I've moved twice since then, but the dreams follow me wherever I go. I've tried to destroy the mirror in my dreams, but it always reappears untouched. I'm writing this as a warning. If you're ever cleaning out an old house and find a hidden attic, leave it alone. Some secrets are better left undisturbed. Bruh. Someone says, well, I guess curiosity won't be your weakness anymore. I have a feeling, I don't know, do you guys think this one's real? Because towards the end, it does feel a little like, okay, I don't know how much this is real. Maybe that's me coping, because I hope this isn't real. Real or not, that was pretty good. That got my heart pumping, that got my neck hairs a-tingling. Something tried to get into our car. Ew. Throw salt in their face. This happened to my best friend and I when we were 16. It was the weekend and we lived in rural Montana. So you're already in the middle of nowhere anyway. We heard that the Milky Way would be brightly on display that night, so we hopped into my car and decided to go park on a back road with a light. I didn't breathe that entire sentence. And decided to go park on a back road with little light pollution with some snacks and enjoy the show. That would be so cool. I had a 2001 Toyota Echo and it was my pride and joy. I opened up the sunroof and we found a nice little pullout on a gravel road that I had driven well over 100 times. We locked all the doors. Good. Always lock the door if you're alone in your car. Put our seats back and stared up at the beautiful starry sky as we chatted and ate our snacks. That's so cute. We were in a farm area. There was one little house about a mile behind us. The house was quiet and the outside light was on, but it was nearly 1 a.m. After a half hour, we began to hear footsteps. Who goes there? Answer me these riddles 3, and I'll decide if you get to proceed. Approaching us from the rear. Excuse me. It was dark, but the sky lit up the outside well enough for us to see our surroundings for a good distance. We could not see anything walking on the road. Oh, that's horrifying. Growing up on these back roads, you learn over time what different animals and humans sound like walking through the woods or on the gravel. I'd been on these roads my whole life and could tell this was not an animal. It was far too noisy, and the heel would scuff the rocks as if it was a heavy pair of boots. We watched intently, but right when it sounded close, it stopped. Then we heard whistles, high-pitched, eerie whistles. First, the shivers going down my spine. At first, my friend said it sounded like a recall whistle. What? Oh. Read the next sentence, Amanda. Like maybe someone nearby was calling their dog. But then they got short, and they were sporadic with no real pattern. Ew, what? Imagine hearing that in the middle of the night, and you can't even see anything. You can't see anything. That's so scary. I closed the sunroof and we began packing up to go. I threw the blankets in the back seat and we put away our snacks. The hairs on my neck suddenly stood up, and right when I was about to mention it, the handle of the rear door got yanked hard. Like someone tried to open the door. No. This is fine. Emergency protection blanket for me. It snapped like it was let go hurriedly. No! I looked out that window the moment it happened, and nothing was there! Nothing! That's so freaking scary. Like, what do you mean nothing was there? There was nowhere to hide. My mirrors are pointed in all the right places, so I had a good view no matter what angle I looked, and we didn't hear anyone run away. No. Goosebumps formed all over our arms. Me too! And I threw it in drive and sped off. The next day I returned. I wanted to look for footsteps or some sort of explanation. There was none. It was quiet, and the only trails in the gravel were tire tracks from the night before. I don't know what it was, but to this day we get scared when we talk about it. Yeah, I wasn't even there, and I'm terrified. I'm fine. How are you? That was horrible. Dude, what even? What a horrible, stinky, stinky ghost. How dare you? How could you do this to me? I know I asked for this. I literally asked for it. You know it's good when the store makes you go, thanks. I hate it. Oh, good glory, Miss Badori. Who was Badori? I don't know. Maybe that's the name of the ghost. Maybe they're just so mad that that's their name. They have to go spook some teenagers. I mean, I guess I'd be mad too, but come on. Come on, Badori. Hearing my girlfriend's voice at 4 a.m. while she was gone. Wonderful. So to preface this, I still do not believe in any kind of paranormal occurrences. Really? After that? I'd be on high guard at all times after that. I swear, I'm on like high guard every night anyway. I hear any little noise, I'm like freaking out. Does anyone else, like when you're going to the bathroom, you open the shower curtain every time because you want to make sure nothing's behind there? No? Are you normal? Well, you must have more peaceful nights than I do. Nor do I have any history of schizophrenia. Okay, so I live with my girlfriend who is from the Netherlands. I'm American, and she decided to leave for 2 weeks to visit home as she always does. The airport she was flying out of was about 2 hours from our house. Ugh, how real that is. The classic, like, you have to leave, like, at least 4 hours before your flight. So I was looking at about 4 hours. Well, yeah, 2 plus 2. It's not groundbreaking, Amanda. I got way too excited at that. So about a 4-hour drive, round trip. We left for the airport at about 12 a.m. Yay. And arrived shortly after 2 a.m. It's your fault. You went during the bewitching hour. Or isn't that like 3 a.m.? No wonder I'm extra spooked when I'm going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. No wonder I have to check behind the shower curtain. So we say our usual goodbyes and she heads in. Enters final destination. So here I am with another long drive ahead of me. To make a long story short, I got home a little after 4 and headed straight for bed as I was exhausted. Just going to the airport is exhausting enough. I usually always have to decompress on my phone before I feel the need to pass out. I mean, same. What I'm laughing at though is just like the idea he's just doing this until eventually he's just... I messed up my hair. Ooh, unless it's got a nice little fluff to it now. Gorgeous. So I'm doing exactly that when clear as day I hear, Bryce, I'll be there soon. In her accent and everything. Come to find you just forgot you were on the phone with her. I'll be there soon. You're like, who said that? The whole like, where's my phone? As you're scouring around. She's on FaceTime. She's like looking at you like, what? I'm right here. What are you freaked out about? Be gone, foul demon. Babe, Babe, where did the cross come from? In her accent and everything. So naturally, as one does, I immediately go bonkers and turn every light on in the house. Oh, that is so real. I am like, again, I'm a huge wimp if I'm going into the bathroom in the middle of the night. Like, sometimes I'm brave and I just don't turn the light on, but usually I feel the need to. It's so dumb. I feel so stupid every time. You know what though? At least I'm prepared. Safe to say I got zero sleep that night. I truthfully cannot explain what that was, and my girlfriend thought I was just messing with her. Excuse me as I get possessed, as I often do. But this is the one time I wish she believed me. What it probably was is you were just so tired. Like, I think I've experienced this before. Like, you are going to sleep and sometimes you just hear a voice. Does that happen to anyone else? That has happened to me, like, not very often, but sometimes. It's just my husband talking in his sleep, which he does, by the way. It's horrifying. But yeah, that whole, like, you're going to sleep, kind of like that feeling of like, oh, you suddenly feel like you're falling when you're going to sleep. Sometimes a voice just pops in. Still freaky, but you know. And interestingly, someone said when I suffered bad from sleep paralysis, I would hear bangs. I know they mean bang, bang, but I just pictured the hair. What would bangs even sound like? Do it, do it. Post-breakup women cowering everywhere. That's what gets them to actually go through with it. They get so spooked by the ghost of the bangs. Could you imagine? You open your eyes and it's not even bangs on like a ghost. It's just the bangs floating there. I would hear bangs when dropping off or having auditory hallucinations on waking/dropping off, like voices/TV/radios/footsteps. I don't know what voice that was. Could be you entered REM when still slightly awake. But what's interesting is I got a little glimpse of the OP statement. Statement? What am I, a news reporter? We are live with OP's statement. It could be possible, but as I mentioned in another comment, I was actually completely awake despite being physically tired. It's tough for me to get it to sleep, so I usually sit on my phone for about 45 minutes or so before I feel the urge to pass out. Interesting. Again though, brains are weird thing. It's wild, wild west in there. As much as we know, it's like we know as much as we do about the ocean. Just so much more in there that we have no idea what's going on. Very spine tingling. Good one. Creepy experiences. Great. First off, I'm going to start off with some information about myself. I am an avid catfisher. Oh. I thought this verse was like, I love to catfish people. It's like, interesting to admit, but okay. No, I'm just dumb. Literally the next sentence, I love to fish at night when it's peaceful and quiet. Which again, you could take as like, I'd love to catfish people at night. No, they literally mean catfishing. I'm just stupid. And I tend to stay out extremely late on non-work nights. So that leads me to why I was here at this lake, experiencing what I did. I forget what day it was, but I was alone. Girlfriend at the time didn't want to come with, and I couldn't convince anyone to come with me. Fine, since no one loves me. So F it, I'll go by myself. Fine, you heathens. I grabbed my gear and my gun, fished for a few hours. Caught a few. While I was fishing, I kept hearing talking. Couldn't see anyone. They're like, look who came. Oh. Guess I'm still alone. Figured maybe they were just walking down the road. I play it no mind. Fast forward a few hours, this is a city lake, so it's decently lit up in most areas. Oh, that's kind of nice. I hear a whistle. Don't you dare. Whistling? That's like the most rude thing you can do. If it's like a spooky kind of setting, don't you dare whistle at me, you hooligan. I look around. I don't see or hear anything further. Resume fishing. Another whistle. Who's doing that? Reveal yourself. This time to my right. I'm thinking to myself, it's probably some kids, but this is an attention-seeking whistle. Oh no. Like the I can't whistle. That whistle. Like one that someone would do if they want your attention. Yeah. Again, I see and hear nothing. I turn around, I see a cat, think nothing of it. It's the cat that's whistling. Surprise, it's the Cheshire Cat. I go back fishing. I hear another whistle. You're like, I hear it one more time. This time, behind me. There's my defense mechanism again. I'll turn around and chest bump you. Cat's gone. I reel in my lines. Catfish are pretty strong, so I don't want to lose a $200 pole. Yeah. I put my hand on my gun and I quietly walk around the building. Nothing. And I see and hear nothing. It should be impossible since there's gravel everywhere. I turn around and walk back, and directly behind me I hear a very loud and shrill whistle. Hello, Banshee! It's immediately giving me that vibe. Dude, reading that, just like reading the like, oh, this time behind me, stuff like that, like that made me like stop breathing for a second. Enough to make me flip around and draw my gun. My heart is pounding, so I grab my crap and I book it to my car. Fast forward a week later, so you survived that one. Last Friday or Saturday night, friend and I go to the same place. I forget about the whistling. We go fishing, we have a decent time. Like, at least I'm not alone this time. As I look around, I kept noticing shadows in the trees along the lake, almost like something was running near the lights and jumping around. What in the chimpanzee ghost? Is that what it is? Are they just chimpanzee ghosts? Some kind of monkey ghost? Monkeys do mess with you. That's my theory. This video's theme is just prankster ghosts. I don't think much of it. Really? You don't think much of it? Figured it was the night playing tricks on me. After the last experience? My friend who didn't tell me till later also observed the exact same thing. Come close to 3 a.m. and I hear some people chatting. I don't see anyone, which was odd. The lake is kind of a pit with roads all around, impossible not to see someone walking by. I'm kind of sketched, but I keep fishing. I read sketch and I just immediately like, as soon as someone feels scared, they just do a little sketch of them looking afraid. Around 3:15 a.m., I begin to hear birds tweeting. This is dead of night. I turn to my friend and I'm like, you hear the birds chirping? Kind of odd for 3 a.m. He looks around kind of paranoid. Ugh. 5 to 10 minutes later, he says, those aren't birds chirping. Someone is mimicking them. Gross! Ugh. Dude, OP, this is so good. Every one of these sentences where it's just like sending immediate shivers down my spine. I love this. I hate it, but I love it. And I look at him and I'm like, what are you on about? And he goes, remember that story you told me your coworker told you? I nod, yeah? About the incidents on why they don't let anyone swim here any longer? Oh no. And he goes, how many people have died? As soon as he says that, the crickets stop. The wind dies immediately. The fish stop biting. My pole was being pulled in as he said that, and it just slipped off, and you could hear a pin drop. Literally like the bog in Lord of the Rings where they're walking across with Gollum and it's all the bodies. Do you feel that, Mr. Krabs? I'm scared. I have to cope somehow. It's going to be SpongeBob. It's going to be SpongeBob and Lord of the Rings jokes. The epitome of my brain, apparently. And I nod. My chest is feeling heavy and hard to breathe. A horrible feeling of dread. This is literally when Frodo is like looking down. He's like being pulled in. Literally, but also mentally. He looks around and says, bro, let's pack our crap and dip. If you go there one more time, you're like, oh, maybe it was fine. I agree, and we grab half the junk, pack it up. The tweeting starts back up. We go back for the rest and rush to the car. He suddenly flips around with his meh. Why am I reacting like I'm watching this? Maybe it's because, like, you know, when we're reading stories, our brains are like doing that. So literally as I read the word knife, I was like, oh. Suddenly flips around with his knife drawn and I pull my gun. And he says, we need to go now. We get in and drive off. And I'm like, what the F did you pull your knife for? And he says, something was running behind me, like it was charging us. Ew! Dude, you have so many of these like mic drop sentences. Ugh. What's that, like the third or fourth one that's just got me like, bleh. I don't know what happened, but even typing this out gives me chills. I don't believe in anything supernatural or paranormal. I bet you do now. Ghosts, werewolves, whatever it is considered paranormal or spooky. It scared the crap out of me. Something wasn't right and I knew it. I can't explain it. I guess I'm asking in case someone might know what I might have experienced. As an update, I've been noticing footprints in the grass around my home. And noises in the dead of night. Noises like the one I just made. Wah, 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 wah. Deep breath, everybody. Still, like, I'm shaking a little. This is freaking me out. Someone was like, F that. I wouldn't go back there again because if it follows you home, it's going to be hard as hell to make it leave you alone. They said, unfortunately, I think it did. Roommates are saying they heard something stalking the windows. Apparently there was something interested in my friend's girlfriend. She's taken, sir. Old Appalachian folklore is don't go in the woods at night, never whistle in the woods at night, and if you and another person are in the woods at night, never use each other's names. Ooh. Also, don't answer to out-of-place voices, like familiar voices of people who aren't with you. Gross! Well, you're welcome for that piece of survival information. Ugh. This story is creepy, but the comments made it so much more creepy. Like, what do you mean it followed you home? And someone else is like, sounds like a mimic. Yay. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm gonna give my husband a big old hug when he gets in. These were so good. Especially that last one. Dude, you had so many just like mic drop statements. Had me actually just... I'm pretty sure a couple of them made me like stop breathing for a second. Whew. All right. It's safe now. You can come back up under the covers. Yes, Captain, we've been given the go-ahead to harvest every photon from this star system. Days later, a shaman atop a pyramid shivered and begged his gods to forgive his people for all they had done to the people they conquered. Wow. Interesting. Every photon? How would you harvest a photon? Isn't that like a thing of light? We're all just cats trying to catch the light. I love stuff like that though. Like, I love space related things, so I just love this one. That's what photons are. It's just ghosts with laser pointers for us dumb humans. Look at the light!
And embrace your doom.
Begged his gods to forgive his people for all they had done to the people they conquered. Interesting. So is this... Oh, I'm stupid. I get it now. So the people in space trying to harvest the photons, a shaman on the ground is like, is this god like punishing us? Oh, that must be so scary. That would be horrifying. Imagine if like light just starts disappearing. I'm totally assuming that's what photons are. Let me, it is a tiny particle that comprises waves of electromagnetic radiation. So light, quantum of the electromagnetic field. Light and radio waves. I knew light was in there somewhere. Assuming, if I'm understanding correctly, and I might be totally wrong because I'm dumb, but like light just starts disappearing, and so like, of course people are like, what is happening? The world is over. That would be so scary. Just think about what that would be like. Just all the light disappearing. Because like we would die very quickly without the sun. Have you heard like when the sun eventually will like expand. I forget what the term is, but like it'll like blow up like crazy and consume us and everything around it, and then it'll turn into a dwarf planet? I don't know. It's been so long since I've like taken those classes and stuff. The first time I learned about it was 5th grade, I believe. I remember being so fascinated by it, along with the idea that the planet is rotating at the rate of your nail growing. I don't know why I did this. Playing my tiny violin for the apocalypse. Like, I wonder if, say that happened right now, would we even be able to comprehend it happening? Like, would things get dark and then we die? Because I don't even think it would take that long. I don't know. That's what I think. It would be great if we just if we weren't even aware of it happening. We just... Everything goes dark. All right, how many tangents was that? Jeez, Amanda. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. This is fun. After my grandfather. Oh, sheesh. I'm from Downton Abbey now. Imagine me in this getup showing up to Downton Abbey. People will be very concerned about me. And there is a correction that the OP told me is in the title, so I will say the correct word. After my grandfather died, I played his favorite song, which he had always whistled along to. I wasn't sure how to feel when the whistling continued after the song. Hi, Pops! Someone commented this one's kind of sweet. Yeah, it's sweet! It's sweet! He's a benevolent ghost. Which does give me the vibes of yes, but like also, woo! Just here. You ever stop it, he gets angry.
Keep it playing!
Okay, Grandpa! I'm trying to sleep!
No sleep, only song!
Because like, even if it's sweet, it's also so unnerving. Because it's like, this ain't quite right. Go to the light, Grandpa! Leave me in peace. Now, this next one is going to be coming from Nether Plays VR, and they were very generous and said, hey, you can read multiple of my stories, so we're going to do that right now. Huge thanks to you. Go give them some love. They are so awesome. In the eerie silence of a dimly lit hotel corridor, a guest's curiosity led them to perceive an anomalous ice machine. I don't know why that's so funny. Ooh, come get some ice. I won't eat you. I wonder what that would look like. An anomalous ice machine. Anyway, as they pressed the non-existent button, a sinister presence materialized, initiating a Zalmuna event. Zalmuna? What does that mean? Oh, it's probably gonna say, where a nightmarish entity surgically harvested cubes of flesh and bone from their paralyzed body while the world remained oblivious to their torment. No way. I don't know what I saw coming, but it wasn't that. Well, I mean, I think I had an idea of like, it's this weird looking ice machine. There must be some monster there that's going to do something to me. I won't eat you. Makes sense it's related to having things in cubes. The OP actually has some context on it. This describes the behavior of SCP-5172. It is a phenomenon that affects guests at North American hotels. It involves the false perception of ice machines that do not exist, leading to a series of events that culminate in a horrifying entity, the SCP, surgically harvesting cubes of flesh and bone from the victim's body as they lie paralyzed during sleep. Oh no! That's so scary. I mean, at least it's during sleep. It would be even worse if they were like awake. The phenomenon is associated with a false memory that affects a significant portion of the North American population, and those who initiate the Zalmuna event are likely to suffer injury or death. I mean, yeah! Cubes of flesh and bone, what, you become human cheese? Dude, I love SCP things. Again, I watch horror Let's Plays. SCP was always like one of those really interesting things because the world of it is so vast. It's so cool how creative a lot of these monsters are. I love SCP stuff. Leave the closet door open tonight. We miss watching you in your sleep.
I shan't, sir. Thank you.
Please don't. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
I know you'd like that, but I'd rather not.
Have any of you ever actually like had that, like being scared that like something's watching you in your sleep? I don't know if I ever really had that fear. I mean, technically I think I did for a little bit because I remember I came downstairs. I think like most of my family was watching a movie, or at least a couple of them were. I know my mom was there. And they were watching, I think it was Sleepy Hollow, or is it Sleepy Hollow, right? Yeah. And I think it was at the end of the movie, and I happened to see a couple of scenes that traumatized me. My little eyes were not ready to see that. And that's how I became afraid of vampires for a very long time. I would like hike up the sheets to my neck as if that would save me. For a few years, I refused to not have it right at my neck. So I guess technically I was afraid of vampires watching me, but I was more afraid of them eating me. Whatever you do, do not stop screaming. That is way more horrifying than don't scream. Does it count to like take a breath? And what happens if you stop screaming? Oh, the implications. Is it a human? Is it a monster? Ooh, it's like the reverse of A Quiet Place. It's like, as opposed to like not making as little noise as possible, and with this one, you have to keep making noise, otherwise it's gonna get you. Oh, that's so scary. You have to constantly be like blasting music, constantly be screaming. But if it's only screaming, then like making a whole bunch of other noise wouldn't help you. No. Is it even possible to like be continually screaming? Maybe what we have to do is like, I'm like in this survival like mindset now. It's like, okay, you're with people. If there's monsters, well, you have to constantly be screaming. Also, goodbye to your eardrums, I guess. And you can't scream forever. Oh no, there's no way to win this. Although, you know what? Okay, back to the survival thing. One person screams and then they trade off, or you have to get like a choir of people screaming, and people trade off, but you have to like do it in phases so that the screaming continues to keep the monsters at bay. And you have to keep going, and then the people who are not actively screaming, like they have to do everything they can to like drink plenty of water, like go get rest. Because you have to scream. Everyone has to scream, and they have to do it in rotations. Otherwise, if anyone stops for even a second, then it's all over. How horrifying would that be? That would be such a unique story too. Although you wouldn't really be able to watch that. That'd be way too loud all the time. Speaking... Thank you, water. I'm excited to consume you too. How about you don't consume me? I'm okay. Although I guess even if it's landing on my skin, I'm still consuming it just through my skin. Anyway, speaking of water. What a fascinating concept. And this is just what I came up with. Like, that you always have to be screaming, and assuming you can't use any other like noisemaker or anything, like it has to be screaming. Ooh, what if you could record screaming? Does that count? Because maybe you record it and then you have to just blast it on a speaker over and over again. So many implications.
The theories, the lore.
Oh, thank you for that. Like this, isn't it so fun? Like I think this was technically one sentence that they just split up. One sentence. They came up with a whole story. Telling you, less is more. It's fun. When the apocalypse hit, my mirror was the only thing keeping me company. But suddenly I blinked and my reflection is gone. That's truly horrifying. It's like I became a vampire instantly, I guess. It's like really setting in. Like, what happened to it? Where did it go? Is my reflection this whole time just another version of me? Like, it's an interdimensional thing. I can't say the word. Interdimensional thing. But like what we happen to see is really just another version of ourselves in like a mirror thing. And when the apocalypse hit, it couldn't bear to watch it anymore. Ooh. That would be fascinating. I mean, that's what I think of. Like, the apocalypse hit, so the other version of yourself, your like parallel version of you, couldn't handle seeing it. So after you blinked, it went away. Couldn't handle it. Or the other side of me is like, your reflection is some kind of monster, and maybe you blinked and it's gone, because now it's behind you. Does anyone agree with those theories? Do you have any other theories? Give me your theories.
Give them to me.
The day the ocean stilled, everyone panicked. Years later, when we all accepted the stillness as reality, we saw the first ripple. What if that ripple was like something alive in there? Oh, that's what immediately comes to mind for me. Also, just the idea that the ocean just stills completely? Why? Because it's not even like that it's frozen, it's that it's just like not moving. What would happen if that happened? Let's suspend reality and imagine like if there were like suddenly the ocean just stopped moving. Does that mean all living things in it and on it also stop moving? Is it like, does it become like Jello or something that, no, because Jello would move a little bit too, but would it be like how would that affect just like the life in the ocean? And imagine what, because you know the moon also affects the tides. What happens there? Would that like mess anything up? Oh, that is so interesting. And also just very, can you imagine you step out if you have like an ocean view or something and the ocean is just still. How scary is that? Just like I love space, I love the ocean and the idea of a natural thing in this world that I love just like not being alive anymore, essentially. That'd be so... Can you imagine how much more quiet it would be? Because I wonder how much noise the ocean creates. You know, like the ocean waves and stuff, but like, I wonder if that would affect any other sounds. Like the kind of thing where when you hear the fan or some kind of white noise in the background and you become like used to it, I wonder how silent that would be. It would have to be completely silent, right? Because it's just still. It's not moving. Would life just die out in the ocean? Just what would happen? Just so many implications of what that would mean for both us and just for the planet overall. That's a cool one. And then the second sentence, dude, we saw the first ripple. I don't know if that's comforting or not, because what if that's some kind of like the ice cube thing? Something's coming to life? Because it's like the same in the other direction now. That like now that we're so used to it, because that would be just as like unsettling, you know? That is so unsettling. I love it. I love that one. Ooh, imagine the usually chaotic oceans going completely still. Then a single ripple travels long enough for people to see. Yeah, because where would it originate from? And what would have caused it? And just like a single ripple just going. That is so interesting to think about. And terrifying. I didn't survive first contact. I'm nothing special though. Nobody did. How's your consciousness aware that you didn't survive it? Where did you go?
How are you aware that no one else survived either?
Oh, I hate that. Because that could open up, if this is like if this is like an introduction to like a book or something, that could be like their intro to being a ghost, because it's like, I'm nothing special though, nobody did. And then they're like, wait, why do I know that? And they realize they're a ghost and they have to go do things to put themselves to rest. Now, I wonder what first contact means. First contact. Like maybe first contact on a planet or something? We were like going to another planet and say it's on like a completely new planet, like habitable, like we had planned to go, and that we, if we're speaking from the first person, I didn't survive first contact. Nobody did. But let's assume like now you're a ghost and everyone else is just gone and now you're just all alone on this planet that you can't even interact with. Oh, at best you'd have to wait for more to come, but that would even assume that they could come and help put you to rest. That's the whole idea, right? Like as a ghost you can't really do anything. Like you need someone living to do it. At least from what I've seen. That would be horrifying. But even just that idea of like nobody did. It's like, oh, great. This is Banshee? I like all the question marks. I like the very questioning tone. I too have questions. I feel like that's a common experience though with ghost stories. It's like, I cannot believe this happened. So this happened when my brother and I were teenagers, maybe 13 and 14. Prime haunting ages. You're already having a hard time in school and going through puberty? Bam! Here's a ghost. It's a ghost about going through puberty. You just hear a bunch of voice cracking. Ooh. Beware the acne. We lived in a rural town. Is rural? Is that hard for anyone else to say? A town with a nice mix of busy streets and, at the time, sprawling farms. My family home was the second last house in the last neighborhood before you hit farmland as far as the eye could see. So you live right next to the abyss, huh? No wonder you're having ghost encounters. It's a field of corn, and all you hear are just a bunch of whispers saying corn over and over. I'd be scared too. To the right of my house, as I'm pointing left, to the right of my house was my neighbor's, then a thick hedgerow, which separated the housing estate from the farm. Estate. Sounds so fancy when you put it that way. The first 5 or 6 fields in this part of the farm grew barley and wheat. Wheat! As kids, we made tunnels through the hedgerow and spent hours every day during the summer exploring the farms with friends. Each field was huge and was separated from the neighboring field by other large hedgerow, some complete with streams running through them. Like streams as in water? Do you have to like water bend to get through them?
Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
One night, my little brother, our 2 best friends, and myself were outside our house playing with a football on the road and skateboarding. As a little kid, I would say like, oh, I ride skateboard, because I wanted to seem cool, when really I was just rolling down the hill on my stomach. Or my butt. Very extreme. It was about 9:30 at night and quite dark. I wish it's getting dark at 4:30. Remember, we were the second last house on the road in the very last housing estate before it was just barley as far as the eye could see. We were essentially the very edge of town. Anyway, on this night we were hanging out as usual when suddenly we heard an ear-piercing squall. Squall! It's like, what is the bird's name in The Little Mermaid? Where he's wah wah wah. Yes, very squally. Coming from the barley field beside us. Why are you doing kiss the girl here? There's literally no water. They're still trying to do it. They're like sitting in the field in the boat. He's trying to like scrape his way through the field using the oars. The perfect romance destination. Barley! It was so loud and high-pitched and had a feeling of panic about it, yet kind of funny to our young minds. You're scared yet also excited. We decided to go investigate. You buffoons! You never investigate. First rule of survival. Never be curious. Thinking it was a pig or an injured animal of some description. Well, when you put it that way, I gotta say a little Wilbur. So in youthful excitement, we burrow through the hedgerow. I don't know why that description is funny, but I love it. And start running towards the origin of the sound. All laughing, thinking, and excitement. You thought wrong. The barley was ready to be plucked from the earth, so it was high. Up past our waist, so we couldn't see anything that may be on the ground injured. I do not like where that could lead. You get yoinked, and you'll start squalling. As we get close to where the sound is coming from, it suddenly stopped. Excusez-moi? We stop and look at each other laughing. Why are you laughing? There's no laughing matter. Then it starts again, but now it's originating from the point of the field in which we first entered. I'm sorry? We exchange glances in confusion before sprinting toward the sound, believing it must be a scared, injured animal. That fast, though? Especially if it, took a second from it stopping and then starting again. You wouldn't last 2 seconds in a horror movie. No questioning at this point? Then the sound stops before immediately starting again, but directly behind us. Begone, foul beast! On to get the frying pan. This time it sounded ominous, and the feeling changed. The sound then stopped again, starting instantly, but way, way off in the distance. Ew! It moved towards us at speeds way too fast for an animal. Stop it! As it reached us, I hit it with the frying pan. As it reached us, it stopped and again came from a totally different end of the field, hurtling towards us in pitch black. I forgot it was dark! I forgot it was dark! Now we are frightened. Now? This is not an injured animal. We have no idea what it is. The sound then seemed to stop and start from everywhere.
Fellas, we have unwittingly entered a ghost rave.
They suddenly all get squished together, not realizing they are in the middle of the mosh pit and it's too late. Moving with incredible speeds all around us, covering huge distances in seconds. Ew! Without saying a word, we all run as fast as possible to the hedgerow, which we entered. All the while, this loud screeching, wailing moves all around us. My younger brother begins crying in fear as we all rush to get back into our neighborhood under streetlights near our home. As soon as we cross the threshold, the high-pitched screaming chasing behind us stopped at the border. It's vampire rules. We were all physically shaken and scared now. My little brother was hysterical for weeks, refusing to go back into the field even during a sunny day. Again, I was literally picturing it as a sunny, nice day. I literally read at the beginning that this was at nighttime. Gah. A few years later, my brother would tragically die suddenly in that house. I'm sorry for your loss. Many strange sightings of a withered woman were reported around those fields over the years. Oh yeah, Banshee. Right. Literally the title of the story. If anyone is familiar with the legends of the Banshee, let me know what you think. This occurred in Ireland, as you've probably guessed. I did not. I don't know what I was picturing. My ghost liked a cup of tea. I mean, who wouldn't? I used to live in a share house, eastern suburbs of Melbourne? I think that's the right way to say it. Australia. Nothing special about the place. Very ordinary suburban brick house, probably built in the mid-70s. We knew nothing of its history before moving in. That was your first mistake. My housemate was often away for work for days at a time, and I would be there alone. Your second mistake. Should have gotten a dog. Frequently, I would come home from work to a sensation that I can't explain, other than a feeling someone else had just been there, even when it definitely wasn't the case. Then, on at least 3 occasions, the strangest thing. I would come home and before opening the door, hear the loud sound of our kettle boiling in the kitchen and click off as I walked inside. Like, no, they can't know. That's so funny. As if someone was disturbed and flicked it off. The kettle was hot, boiled water, but absolutely nobody home. I never felt danger or threatened, but that house certainly seemed to have another entity at home there. I love the cottony act, like, no, they must never know. That would be my husband haunting a home. He loves tea. That sounds like an adorable and cozy ghost. Would fit right in here. This is by Just Rose is Fine. Hi, Just Rose is Fine. The title is Alien Spotlights in the Dead of Night. Ooh! Please, take me from my dying planet. I want to cannonball into a black hole. My family would regularly stay at my grandparents' place growing up. Oh, it's always the grandparents' place, isn't it? They live in the countryside, near a lot of cornfields and farms. Again, of course, children of the corn out here. Their house is surrounded by woods, and beyond the woods, behind the house, is a wide open field of crops the neighbors maintain. No surprise there would be some I'm being possessed. Goodbye. No surprise there would be some extraterrestrial shenanigans at some point, right? That's such a good phrase. Extraterrestrial shenanigans. Shenich. I was about to say it 10 times fast. I can't even say it once. My brother and I had to share the bunk beds for our stay. I was on the bottom bunk with a full view of the window that faced the front yard. My grandparents' window blinds suck and don't close all the way, and they don't have any curtains, so I could fully see outside the whole night. And it could fully see you. My brother and I were up late joking and talking when we first saw this bright light outside. Grandpa, why are you on the tractor again? Go to bed. He's like, it's farming time. It moved across the front yard and flashed into our window for a split second. At first we thought it could just be a flashlight, so we got up to look out the window to see if we could maybe spot the neighbors that live across the street. Because that would totally be less weird than aliens. Your neighbor just taking a stroll, flashing their flashlight into your window. Totally. Oh, you know, country living. The source of the light was coming from up high. Jesus? Shining a spotlight down and lighting up the whole yard. And this light was bright. It lit up the entire yard, and their front yard is huge. My bro and I began to assume it was a drone. At the time, drones were starting to become very popular. They were all over TV commercials and on everyone's holiday wish list. So why not assume that's all it was? We looked up to where the source of light was to see if we could spot it. But as soon as we laid our eyes on it, it quite literally zipped away. Oh, and the way it moved was too fast and dynamic for a drone. And drones are known for making some kind of buzzing noises when they fly. This thing was silent. Ew, ew. I like how that's my response to spooky things. It's just, ew. It flew straight upwards towards the sky then, faster than anything I'd seen. Dashed sideways, the beam of light still shining down the whole time. In the blink of an eye, it was gone. I feel like I don't snap good. ASMR. POV, you're at poetry night. I still feel uneasy thinking about it. What was it searching for? You! Those stories are fascinating. Anytime you hear anything about, like, especially the cornfields, you see the... What are they called? They're called, those patterns you see in the fields? What are those called? I cannot remember. The aliens got to me. They're sucking memory from my brain. Yeah, like those designs or just, like, other things like that. Ugh, it's so fascinating. And I'll add in some spooky stories because it is spooky season. This is fake reality. Maybe. Maybe. I live alone with 2 dogs and a cat. Coco, Maxwell, and Venda. Short for Vendetta. Ooh, V for Vendetta. That's pretty cute. I was out one day about 2 days ago. I was walking outside near a woodland area called Healy Nab. That sounds like something in Lord of the Rings. In Healy Nab, you take a healing nap. It's right next to the Shire. I love me a good healing nap. I was walking with my dogs when out of the blue, I hear birds chirping a little louder than usual. I think nothing of it, however. I walk on about 10 minutes when I then hear a more mechanical bird's cry. Why are we suddenly in the Incredibles jungle? What does the bird say? It goes like, voice not accepted or something like that. I look around thinking that maybe there is 2 birds singing, but their voices make it sound mechanical. Oh, that's weird. I go over to where where the sound was heading with Maxwell and Coco when I see a camo green speaker taped to a tree just above me. Oh, okay. Those bird sounds weren't birds at all, but really just a tape playing the sounds of a bird. I then walk on. I just cannot take my mind off of it. I wonder, it could be like hunting related or like tracking related. Actually, why is that a thing? Not necessarily spooky, but it's weird. I keep walking for about an hour, slowly forgetting what happened, when I hear the sudden boom!
Did somebody say boom?
Or like a crash type sound. Oh. I quickly dash over there with Coco and Maxwell to find a light with shattered glass all over the ground. Oh. Weird. If they're doing some kind of like study or something with birds. And the thing that they recorded was actually just curse words and bird language over and over. Finally made them mad enough to go and take it out.
What did you say?
I went home and got on my computer straight away to report this to my local area. They ignored me. My chopped liver to you! I still haven't received any updates, but I'll update you if any comes my way. Reading the entire thing is not as spooky, but that first bit of just like, you hear like a mechanical bird, that'd be kind of creepy, just like out in the woods. And then before we go to our Gremlin Spotlight, we'll finish with a 2-sentence horror story. I love these. I'll probably do another video with these because these are fun. I was voted most beautiful at the office where I work because I was always well dressed with flawless hair and makeup. Today, I was knocked over by a hectic coworker and fell, bumping my cheek against a desk, and when I heard a number of startled screams from people around, I reached up and realized half my human mask had ripped off. I got a little something there. Seems to be something amiss. Instead of horrified, one of them is just offended, like, hey, you cheated. Ooh, spooky. Makes you wonder what was under there. Ooh, what kind of creature could this be? Neither alien-based nor monster-based. Who knows? Ugh, I just love how these just leave so much to the imagination, because it's like, well, we don't get to know what was under. We just know that they weren't human. And then, by Puckaboo, the stuffed animal zoom in broke me. Yay! As my capybara stares into your soul. Well, I'll put this on for the end of the video. Thank you for being here. I hope you stuck around. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're doing well, but if not, I hope this video has brightened your day at least a little bit. I realize I didn't say Happy Halloween at the beginning. Happy Halloween! Hope you are doing good. Hope you've had fun, gone to parties, gone trick-or-treating, whatever. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you for being here. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Love and appreciate you guys, and I'll see you later. This cozy ghost is gonna go never sleep again.